let's get straight into it. He's actually in the cop uniform. Never mind, he's on the cop uniform, and it's already at 1.75 for some reason. Let me just... Yeah, he just immediately takes off.
Hello,
immediately.
Another episode of...
He needed to do a wardrobe change.
Deputy, I would dance around in my cop outfit in the woods, but this video isn't going to have any of that fanfare. We're just going to go straight into it.
No fanfare. No fun. No fun allowed. We're talking about serious things, like a war.
Directed at me and Anissa. Unfortunately, I was wrong in thinking that because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anissa and I, he started attacking our charity event.
See, this is where he goes too far. Isn't this from the debate yesterday? He literally churned this out in like less than 20 hours.
They lost $250,000. To be charitable, you actually have to give money to charity, you son. You have to give money to be charity. It's like a slush fund for them.
Ethan and Neela are well aware that we raised $1.3 million for charity the first year.
The first time.
This year we operated at a loss, and I take full responsibility for that. We did band together. The community and the fighters involved ended up raising $175,000 for charity. It's been really disheartening to see how often Ethan will attack Creator Clash through us or attack us through Creator Clash.
Ian and Anissa, masters of putting on an event.
It's almost like you are kind of the figurehead of Creator Clash. Therefore you should have some responsibility, no?
Posting random troll accounts that are very easy to vet. If you click on this profile, it has a bunch of Sam Hyde adjacent posts, and it just hates Anissa and I.
Sam Hyde adjacent.
Step away from calling me a cuck. Just take the plunge.
Please, H3, do it. Take his advice.
Post that equates Creator Clash to a crypto rug pull. He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon. Can't wait for them to blame us for their failed event. Don't worry.
Hold up. Was that a Nicholas Diorio stream?
Worse than...
Did she donate to Nicholas Diorio? I think that's what the little cartoon thing is from.
For them to blame us for their failed event. Don't worry, Ela. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it. Now, with this recent revelation that people are just going to use Creator Clash to attack Anissa and I,
Okay, wait, hold up. Is Manic's voice slightly cracked? That's from Venus. I don't know. Is my voice crackling? Do I need to fix my mic real quick?
And I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control to our business partners who ran the previous two events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis.
So this is a good way to just backdoor an announcement about Creator Clash, considering so many people have left the event, like Harley Morenstein, who is one of the top ticket guys. Like he is on the top. Like if you're going to Creator Clash, you're going to see him. No, he stopped going. So now he's announcing he's relinquishing Creator Clash control.
Event is still happening. Anissa and I just don't have any financial ties. We don't have any ownership.
He's cooked.
I think just going to be known as the founders of the event. Yeah, I mean, I think it had to come to this eventually. I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't, I can. I just didn't want to. Be frank, I want to be honest. I was very quiet during the second Creator Clash because
literally his own mouth is what's starting to like get Creator Clash in trouble. He ditched the content cop. All that stuff. He stopped talking poorly about other creators. And obviously, since he's trying to clean up his act, he could host a charity boxing event. But then he descended down. The content cop, the uniform, was talking to him like it's the Green Goblin. And then he's like, I need to put it back on. Screw charity.
Afraid of how that would impact other people. This year, I said I'm going to do something different. I'm going to fight back if someone's trying to attack me. So that's what I did. And now I've realized, like, I can't really have my cake and eat it too. It's either you're going to talk shit like a foul beast on the internet, or you're going to have a charity event. It really can't be both. I'm very proud of the event that we...
That's a crazy thing. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that being controversial may bring controversy to your charity event? Also, is my voice, is my mic okay? Like, are you hearing the crackling still?
made with Creator Clash. It's still happening, June 28th. I'm just not going to be involved in it. Please, for the love of God, support this event. You know, I feel like in some ways I'm like cutting off an arm so that I could escape the bear trap and so I can fight. Well, that's a bad analogy. You guys get it. We've already told all the fighters, and it seems like most people understand that this is...
Remember, Anissa got her breast implants removed to box. This is how dedicated they were to Creator Clash. Anissa had breast implants, and she removed them to box in a charity event. And she didn't even fight in the charity event.
The best move. If the previous content cop was entertaining to you...
Still crap. Okay, hold on. I need to hear this back. How is this happening? In a charity event, and she didn't even fight in the charity event.
The best move.
Okay, I see what's going on. Let me see what's going on here. No, I can't. But okay, I might need to disconnect my mic. Just maybe. I don't know how this wasn't caught earlier. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll keep playing it while I fix it.
Or this video is entertaining, or you like the message. The best thing that you can do for me is to support Creator Clash. Buy a ticket, buy a pay-per-view ticket, an in-person ticket, or donate to the fundraiser. I just want to see this event do well. You know, I didn't try this shit because I thought I was going to be a good boxer. I didn't think I would be an awesome event organizer. And, you know, now I'm finally back to where I started, which is making fucking content cop videos. I don't want to make this too ham-fisted, but I kind of do want to make it ham-fisted because I'm like, I spent my last fucking 4 years working on this stupid boxing shit. I mean, it was worth it, absolutely. But, like, it's crazy that I've just returned to content cop. Having said all that, Creator Clash ticket link down in the description. Go check it out. Buy.
Yeah, I like who's like, yeah, I tried to get good with like the good graces of like normie YouTube. That didn't work. I'm returning to my roots. Guys, please say this is working now. Please. I unplugged it and replugged it. That has to be it, right?
Tickets, support the charity, support the fighters, and have a good ass time. I mean, ultimately, I think it's a good thing because I think I am meant to roll around in shit. I think me and Ethan are both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long, and other people are meant to do boxing or debating or whatever else. Ethan and me, pig shit rolling around type of fellas.
You underestimate my shrimp? I got kosher shrimp. Well, I mean, yo.
Back when they were funny.
I think the worst criticisms I labeled at Ethan is that he's a bad boss, a tyrant of a boss. I just implied that he was being taken advantage of by people either in his community or outside of his community, and I called him a bitch-made coward. That was like the summary of personal insults.
Crazy.
Ethan. Before Ethan even knew what my video was about, he was already framing me as anti-Semitic.
But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking wound bag, fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
So I will say that H3 is absolutely insinuating that throughout. I did watch his full reaction to the content cop. He is absolutely insinuating that IDubbbz is anti-Semitic.
I don't know if that's what the video is.
I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys. Let's get after it. Israelis have no right to defend themselves, actually.
I disavow this YouTube.
Well, Israelis are settlers, actually. What is he going to give me a
I'm merely reacting.
history lesson now? Is he a historian? Yeah, he just discovered empathy, by the way, and only extends it to the point where you're actually talking about Jewish people or Israelis. Then empathy stops and they should all be murdered. Or is it actually out there like Timothy McVeigh? He's running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. There's a Jew. I heard there's a Jewish one.
Timothy McVeigh did.
They want all you guys to quit and for me to just be like alone. Little Jew boy alone.
Like Ethan under a year ago was saying he doesn't use anti-Semitism in that way. He's not a guy to call anything and everything anti-Semitic.
You know, in my whole life, I've never screamed foul on anti-Semitism. I literally have been getting this shit since the second I stepped foot on the internet. And I have never fucking ever done this, okay? So the people online, they're saying, oh, Ethan's making himself a victim or Ethan's making everything about anti-Semitism. I've done this once in my life right now. But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag, fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys.
I'm gonna be real. This is actually very fair.
I don't know if that's what the video is.
I mean, I get that he's scared and offended, but this was the whole fucking point.
Scared?
I was saying that you shouldn't be doing this.
Scared and offended? He watched the video on stream in full.
It led to me making this video in the first place. You were triggered by this CPS harassment thing, and then you immediately equated
Now he mentioned CPS harassment.
Anissa and I to it. That was sloppy, and that was horrendous, and it was horrendous for us. And now you're doing it again.
I'm going to watch it live.
Should you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. But like, why?
I just don't think, I feel like you're going to get really emotional and say something you regret.
Well, I got the button.
Like, I know you don't have a problem taking it head on, right? Just
Of
still,
course not. Because I know that
you're
whenever
understandably upset, and I feel like it might be a little.
Do we wait to talk about it, or you want to talk about it?
We should do it off stream. Because I don't know, this escalated initially because we were live and you guys were heated about, I forget what it was.
I just think it might be wise to watch it, think out your thoughts, and respond in a calm way. Because there's no chance that you don't get heated.
I don't need to fucking pre-watch this. I don't need someone else to hold my hand through it. Like, I'm ready to take on anything that these people have to say about me. He's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking...
Yeah, notice how the quality drops. Like this was what was like actually downloaded from YouTube, and it was like a downloaded Twitter clip, right? Notice the difference in quality. Even through this like YouTube stream compression, this is fairly obvious.
Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys. I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys.
You attacked us, so I attacked back, and now you're acting surprised and shocked, and you're doing it all on your podcast live. So naturally, you reacting live is you having an emotional reaction and seeing things that honestly are scary.
I just said that.
Yeah, the little thing is, right, if he reacted right on it, like basically he found out that the Content Cop came out on stream. He was on stream when the Content Cop came out. So it's either like, oh, he reacts to it right there as he finds out, and then like what, gets called emotional about it, or the other like means is that he waits a day as you know, he'll get like accusations of, oh, he pre-watched it.
I've vented about them not defending me. What the fuck is he like? He's actually losing his shit and I just can't believe it, dude.
Should you call him up?
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. Fair weather friends who are so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Isn't this some TikTok like sound edit?
Same reason right now. He could say something.
Spineless. Our POV is like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. You're not my friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What's very insane about this Content Cop is I was thinking about Ethan's feelings so much in that video. I thought about the idea of like how I shouldn't be saying the term Zionist or Zionism in that video, because I was like, he has explained before that that's personally insulting to him and he doesn't like that. You know, regardless of how true it is, I was like, I'm going to think about Ethan's feelings and not mention this. Fast forward to him reacting to my video, he's just outright calling me a fucking Nazi.
And is it a coincidence that Ian really shaved his head just before doing this video and he's holding a swastika one? I mean, we could free Palestine without being a Nazi. You fucking Nazis. How about that? Well, this is the white savior, Ian, who's just found empathy, unless you're Jewish, of course.
Ethan, people are allowed to shave their head and not be called.
People are allowed to shave their head and not be calling that. Also, okay, wait, hold up. What is this? What is this caption? Idols always stood for Ian woke. I'm finally being my true self. Thank you for supporting my woke journey. I like how like the top comment. Hey, why didn't you mention the fact that CPS was called an Ethan and Hila because of lies spread by these people?
Unless you
see, that's the connection. You are friends with people who are actively going over your quote unquote friends' kids.
Jewish, of course.
Ethan, people are allowed to shave their head and not be called anti-Semitic. I mean, if you're going to critique his podcast...
Wow, dude, that sounds like something I'd hear from like some 2017 conservative slop poster.
Or be pissed off that he personally insulted you, even that is enough to be called anti-Semitic. It's fucking crazy. And I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword. I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword hilt because Ethan himself basically admitted already multiple times he doesn't think any of us did that intentionally. And he would be right.
Do I think any of them actually like wanted to put a swastika in the photo? No, no. I don't actually think that. The chances that they did on purpose is close to zero, right? So I'm not accusing them.
I picked up a random sword in Hassan.
Notice how all these clips are from the podcast. It's almost like he's very deceptively editing here. Ethan, what he's doing is he's like pointing out as a joke, right? He's joking and then like walking it back. It's like, okay, like to be real, I don't actually think that, but which by the way, I saw in the podcast, I will say Ethan did spend a like weird amount of time. Like he was like weirdly lingering on that sword, right? But what was found out on the podcast is that sword is from Bleach, and that, since it's Hassan Piker's room, right? They were tracking down every instance that Hassan Piker mentioned the anime Bleach. And there were clips that are like less than a year old saying Hassan Piker has never watched Bleach. Like Hassan Piker saying himself. So yeah. So why does Hassan Piker have a Bleach sword from an anime that he hasn't even watched?
Room that was laying around. That could be the
Wait, that is Hassan. Did IDubbbz just confirm that?
up a random sword in Hassan's room that was laying around. That
Okay, so it is Hassan's sword.
could be the end of the discussion. You don't actually need to debate Hassan about the sword hilt.
He lifted it up.
Decision making.
If it was a mistake, he could have deleted it.
No.
But I'm not going to delete the photo because that would be indulging in your weird anti-Semitic fantasies.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi.
See, he finally has a spine.
Fucking Nazis. How about that?
I'm done being nice to Ethan. I gave it a chance. My sincerity in my
He's done being nice.
last video was real. I was even equating to him having crash out moments in the same way that Denims could have crash out moments. I think we're all capable of it, but he was using it in the video to suggest that I was making fun of his mental health.
To my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help. Dude, I'm not making fun of your mental health. Every example you used was me basically saying that other people are trying to affect you. It's understandable that you're going through this right now, Ethan. We all go through this.
It's see, he keeps. If that was his intention, he would mention the CPS call by name. Like, if this is somebody you're trying to be sympathetic to, you should probably name drop CPS.
To characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing.
Every fucking example that you tried to smear me with was me actually pointing to something else that could be affecting you. He even brought up the clip of me saying, if you get help. We all need help. Everyone on this planet needs help. I don't care how you get it. You can wander into the jungle and go on an ayahuasca trip. I don't care how you get your help or what you define as help. But if
Ayahuasca, you say.
that would be good, because right now it doesn't seem like you're getting much help. The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video from Ethan and Hila is that I didn't mention the CPS call.
Oh,
It was really just
he's addressing it.
central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time.
There was not even one mention of CPS.
And a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day that he came to us.
So like
without even explaining that at least that's the context, it's pretty cowardly.
I wonder why I wouldn't mention the CPS call. Could it be that the CPS call happened the same day that you were shit-talking me? And I didn't have any chance to immediately in the same podcast right next to each other said, CPS call was very traumatic. And then you said, fuck Ian and Anissa. And you linked those together, you kind of...
Okay, so it's like, yeah, see, yeah, your kids may have had CPS call in them, but you were being mean to me. You guys thought I was the reason for it.
layered those flavors, and then Anissa and I got a bunch of harassment. We had nothing to do with the CPS call. What are all these fucking comments on your Reddit saying like, it happened because of the CPS call? I don't entirely blame your audience for getting...
Yeah, because that's context. You want to include context to it. Oh, why would I wonder why Ethan and Hila would assume that IDubbbz had some culpability. I don't know. It's maybe because he's friends with Denims, and that like he wouldn't even. I like iDubbbz literally was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like defend you. I'm not gonna say that you actually like care for your kids. I'm not gonna do any of that.
Confused because number one, it's a fucking cult, and number two, you can't even get the timeline straight. So if anyone's watching your dumbass, they're
H3 fans are a cult, says a friend of Hassan Piker.
Be friends as long as they're getting something out of it. So again, he's not showing the context. What was the okay, I'll play this part. Did you guys ever find the context of what I was talking about here? Because I feel like I wasn't even talking about him. I could be wrong. I just don't remember ever saying like, if I did say that,
I thought we were talking about them, about Anissa and Ian in that clip.
That's the same clip of
It's all the way to
yes, what's called.
Yeah.
same clip.
It's part of the same conversation.
You completely wiped your brain of what happened during the CPS stream. That's not my fucking fault. That's no one else's fault but yours.
All I wanted for you to do was say the bare minimum of like, hey, this is fucked up. This is not true about CPS, whatever, like the bare minimum. It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out.
This is what I was talking about. You cannot have something terrible happen, be like, yes, let's make some content, and then shit talk your friends of 8 years.
I'm so fired up. I don't even know what to do myself.
Yeah, your friends of 8 years, because it's almost like if you can't just make one tweet saying, hey, my friends are not like neglecting their children. Maybe that is a reason to disassociate with someone, even though you were like iDubbbz was clearly trying to like distance himself from H3 for a while.
It's a good state to be in.
That's that. Elon kind of spitting.
And a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day that it came to us.
For anyone confused about the timeline, Ethan was talking shit about us on his Instagram before any CPS shit. He was also talking shit about us on his podcast before any CPS visit. On March 7th, CPS visits Ethan and Hila, and that same day, they decide, let's do our podcast, and let's have the topic be the CPS visit and how distraught we are about that. And then right next to that, right after it, you guys talk about me and Anissa. But you don't just talk about us. You shit talk us, and you imply that we're friends with people who are doing this, who are the ones who are harassing you.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Random anonymous
Did I say that?
What's the...
I said they're primarily responsible for harassing me.
You call CPS.
Okay, to be fair, this is actually good point here. Snark calls Child Protective Services on. If that's the title of their stream, then yeah.
What's the...
I said they're primarily responsible for harassing me.
You call CPS.
What the fuck? So I don't know.
To be honest, I'm very proud that I didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Hila's defense, because when you look into the story, it actually looks a lot shittier for...
Oh my goodness. Is he actually implying? He's going there. He's going there. Chat. He's actually about to imply that there's like some neglect going on.
Literally. There was this H3 stream where Ethan was dumping as per usual. He was talking about his own health. He was talking about his caca breath, his dog having diarrhea, his dog having giardia.
Olive has giardia. It's a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
His child running around putting things in their mouth.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
The whole family possibly having giardia.
Oh,
And now Hila has giardia.
shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Okay. Here is he gonna explain what giardia is? Because I feel like that's because like we need to know just how like lethal if that even applies. Like how bad is giardia?
I do to not get it. Yeah, I'm trying to because I'm not trying to get it.
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop.
Talking about the
Okay, I mean if H3 is saying that himself, then
viscosity of his child's shit.
And although meanwhile he's covered in low viscosity,
Yeah.
diarrhea.
Okay, so According to Grok, I asked Grok, okay, it lives in the intestines of infected humans or animals and is spread through contaminated water, food, or surfaces. So it doesn't have to be literally eating poop. That it can be spread through other means.
He mentioned diarrhea a lot.
Crazy diarrheas like in the middle of the night. All the time he's having these crazy diarrheas. You wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas. And then extremely foul smelling diarrheas.
So, of course, Ethan, having made so many enemies over the years, other people react to his content. And when other people see that he's talking about his children getting giardia from dog poop.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
People are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes, anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having giardia, him and his whole family having giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now, what Ethan does instead of
So, okay, which by the way, I asked like what the severity is of giardia to, take Grok with a grain of salt, of course. I mostly just ask Grok because it's funny, because Grok is a funny thing. It says giardiasis severity varies for most. It's uncomfortable but not life-threatening, causing diarrhea, abdominal pain, nausea, and fatigue that can last 2 to 6 weeks without treatment. Oh, 6 weeks with giardia. So being sick for 6 weeks sounds crazy.
taking any responsibility for sharing too much on his live stream is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of the CPS call because her chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning.
Oh, it was her chat react. She wasn't reacting to Ethan. She didn't attack first.
Is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services.
The problem with the CPS thing is that Ethan has proven to be a manipulative piece of shit. So when he calls on me to defend him, what the fuck am I meant to do? I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you because in your video defending yourself, you used a video that takes context from like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you.
Love made a good point. You said, is this every comment? I believe this is a live feed of the chat. This isn't edited.
What about the top right? I thought these were...
No, this, I think when you full screen it, no, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat. It's just enlarged.
Oh, really?
Over the screen, yeah.
They're different, I think.
Yeah.
It's not timed. It's not timed the same way.
But it sounds like based on this clip, you knew that it was bullshit and you just went with it anyway. Ethan Klein uses this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all of Denim's chat. But that's not what it is. And then when he's called out on it, he hides it. He moves his window over the real chat.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other...
Reading the chat, co-signing it.
Very, very dangerous.
Now pay attention
to her actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And his kids...
You know what? I think he's onto something.
His kids like,
why does it have to be anyone else's fault but your own? Take some fucking responsibility. It's just so bizarre that Ethan would expect Anise and I to make a statement when Denims herself already made a statement about it and said that she does not condone calling CPS.
Okay, this is about Froggy Tonic. This is because Froggy Tonic edited 4 iDubbbz. This isn't. He's making about Denim specifically. That's not okay.
At CPS. 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this.
Okay, now, talking about Froggy Tonic, because that's the reason H3 wanted you to make a statement.
Because it doesn't exist. I've literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again right now, for not showing photos of his kids.
Part of my criticisms of Ethan initially was the openness. I think it's a problem that you are that open, Ethan.
Well, you know, I'm very open about everything. It's
Yeah.
part of how I wanted to conduct myself and how
I mean, that is true, but this is iDubbbz we're talking about here. He's way too open, but to like a minuscule amount of viewers. And that's me talking about the maximum damage. Like, she ruined my career channel.
to relate to the audience is to be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
Dobby Bog says he may be onto something, but it doesn't take away the fact that she was reacting to a bad empanada video. You know what? Yeah, yep. And I don't think he's gonna mention his name.
Is not sure
Maybe.
a benefit to be as open as possible on your podcast.
Ethan was just sharing his thoughts. What we were thinking, we were speculating.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
We were speculating.
Oh,
And now Hila has giardia.
shut.
Be open.
See, like I don't know what the context was of the we're speculating bit.
As possible about every fucking thing in my life. Really? How many siblings do you have?
I don't know.
We're going back to fucking Bill Burr. This is how far we're going back.
The internet's too fucking weird to give out all that information.
Oh, you don't even want to say how many because you're afraid that it will
yeah, by all means,
compromise
keep
your
talking
privacy.
about it.
On top of Ethan,
Like that's okay. The Bill Burr interview. That how far we're going. Obviously, Bill Burr and Ethan Klein are two very different celebrities. And also Ethan Klein is supposed to be more relatable because he sprung up on YouTube.
characterizing me and my wife as anti-Semitic, he also takes a dig at my tattoos.
Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Like,
Yeah, she's right.
kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one.
I have quite a few options here. I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I
No
can
way.
show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution subreddit, which is not a good thing. I mean, it might be a good thing for the artists that you work with because
Dude, this is what levels on logical fallacies is this? Is this the appeal to Reddit?
it means that they did a good job from a technical standpoint, but it's sort of a failure in every other aspect, particularly the decision-making aspect.
He's now he's explaining the subreddit.
And we can do that. You want to keep it to other things? We can. I'll give you that option. Ethan also talks about the potential CTE that I might have.
Why does he have a fake tooth? Like when did he get that? Did I miss something?
After boxing.
Yeah.
Ethan, your whole system is scrambled.
No, your brain is scrambled from getting punched in the face too many times because you don't understand the situation. Some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect, I guess. That would be comforting if there was some explanation, at least.
Any amount of CTE that I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
Yeah. What if we we'll both do 25 at once?
20 each.
Oh my goodness.
Oh damn.
Great form by
Yeah, really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about CTE at all? Like, you've continually illustrated that you can't keep track of anything.
It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called him out.
He can't even keep straight who attacked who first. He thinks that our podcast where we're expressing sympathy for him and Hila was the
Oh, that's expressing sympathy. Okay.
for him talking shit about us. I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE. Ethan acts like we're such great friends and that like he shared such intimate moments with me, but it's all horseshit. He's lying. Like the whole thing is a fucking lie. He's manipulating his audience. We did not have a close relationship.
You guys were buddies for a long
He
time.
texted me like one time, like, hey, dude, we should talk this out. And I was like, I don't feel like having this conversation
I texted him 5 separate times. Yeah, we weren't that close.
right now. That's it. So he was trying to get me on the phone or text with me. And I told him, dude, honestly, I don't feel like having this conversation right now.
Okay.
Fair, right? I just didn't want to do it.
Just in that particular moment
And then
or like at all?
well, it turns out I didn't want to talk to him at all.
Okay.
If the relationship was that close, you would have talked to me on the phone. You wouldn't have shit talked me. You would be curious where my brain was at and where I was coming from. There's this moment in the Content Cop where I'm trying to.
I mean, like he gave you stipulations. Like there was like, hey, I will not call you. I will not hear you out unless you do this. Like that was a stipulation. Considering he had his children, like his house and CPS and all that. If it involves his children, right? I think it's fair for him to be angry about something.
Example of the cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of okay. What does that have to do with me? Are you okay?
Ethan and Eli.
Yeah, I mean, H3 monetizes it, right? It's not a. Oh my god, what is okay? Wait, I need to screenshot that, bro. I need to that's such a good screenshot. Okay, got it.
Act like they have no idea what I'm talking about here. So, I mean, maybe they don't. It's a very obvious and easy to digest point. That's why I made it that way. I'm going to explain it here so everyone on the internet understands. When you have a podcast where you are constantly emotionally dumping and saying things just off the top of your head and you're attacking other people randomly, maybe from your perspective, it's not attacking. Maybe you're just commenting on someone else's situation.
He's got to be one of the most visually repulsive people. FaZe Banks, like, in my opinion, he's somewhat repulsive to look at.
And being
Pedophile. Pirates was like weird about it. I was like, look at my old voice. It's so lame. What an obnoxious loser. She goes, I can't believe these people are so obnoxious. And he looks like an idiot who's
okay. Saying these things in a vacuum is not harassment. Harassment has to be like repeated.
He's obsessed with me, dude.
But like him making a comment about Pirate Software's voice. Even though Pirate Software, I'm assuming from the concept of the clip, I'm not like, I just know, but like, I wasn't Pirate Software like striking people down. I'm not too familiar with like that whole drama. I know there's some drama referring to Pirate Software. I'm not sure exactly like what the specifics are.
What happens when other people comment on your situation? It doesn't feel too good, does it?
But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the video is.
That is the back and forth I'm describing. You might have thought we were just saying that Ian and Anissa are bad friends. Well, guess what? We didn't take it that way.
Our POV is like, fuck everybody.
Saying the same edit. Do the same edit.
My friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What we took it as is Ethan and Eli are shit-talking us. They just implied that we are okay with people using CPS as harassment, and now all of their fans are brigading us.
Maybe you should have acknowledged it.
So I am going to respond in kind and make a content cop. So yes, that is what the cycle of harassment looks like.
Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
You might think that all of the harassment you're getting.
Yeah, so you like shit talk to me on my show, bro. I'm gonna have to like revive my dead series and revive my dead channel, but I'm gonna be empathetic about it now.
Has everything to do with your politics and your idea of Israel-Palestine, but a lot of my gripes were centered around you dragging me into your shit. You know, you knew that you were going through a lot.
Okay, like he literally called, in the first like 6 minutes of the content copy, he called Hassan Piker's audience politically savvy.
You were saying, I'm hurting, I'm now going to make them hurt because they're not.
Not to mention, in the DEI dubs photo, he literally had the like sash of Palestine like around him. Like over here. Yeah, the Palestine like sash. Not to mention all three of these, creators are pro-Palestine. Hassan Piker, very pro-Palestine. Let's see if I can remember what this has to be around
the whole fucking time. And guess what? They're not getting this other benefit, which is 26,000 viewers. You're getting a lot of money and a lot of content, a lot of things that you care about from these beefs and from this harassment. There are a lot of people that you've just bullied and they have nothing to gain out of it. Frogan isn't making a bag from this. She's not getting content out of this. You're attacking her in relentless ways and endorsing so much worse harassment than what even you send her.
What has Frogan endorsed that is bad? Why do people go after Frogan? Why is it so lucrative? Watch me drop a video on Frogan, right? Like, you know exactly what I'm going to put in there. The thing about the American soldier, it's like Frogan is such an easy to, not to mention Frogan was literally like not even nominated. She won the award at like, I believe some Twitch event, like maybe like the Streamies or something. That was like best up and coming streamer. Frogan isn't some nobody. She is astroturfed.
The shit he said and posted about Frogan over the past years is insanely nasty shit.
Yeah.
Worse than anyone I've seen. If this is true, absolutely mind-blowing, insane shit.
Hold on. It's not worse than anything you've seen. How could it be worse than anything you've seen?
Literally, no.
He was very nasty. Well, I'm just saying, people like fucking want to like get lay down and fucking like.
I'm talking about specifically against Frogan.
But like he called her fat, right? And ugly, which is horrifically mean.
And true.
Fucking baby
I was talking specifically about.
That's way worse than being called fat and ugly, in my opinion.
Also, on top of Ethan and Neela constantly victimizing themselves, I did notice that as soon as we didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Neela's defense, Ethan took that to heart and he started to make that his employees' problems instead of just,
Also, is Idubbbz never gonna like? He's never gonna follow up on like, yeah, we were never close friends. Is he really not gonna like follow up on that? Right? Like listen, like you've known each other like since 2016, right? And you've collaborated on a video on H3's channel like in 2020. You've been on his podcast in 2022. So like, how are you not close? Like, define what you mean. What was happening off camera between you two, or you four, if we're including the wives here?
Sucking it up and taking on himself. He decided to imply that Lena is going to have a problem with that.
A lot of this has ramifications for the crew. The way that they have it set up is basically if Lena were to drop out, she would have to pay back like $25,000 or something like insane. And besides that, which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out, she's working really hard. And just because I'm having an issue with what's going on here,
You bringing up Lena dropping out of the fight was you publicly showing to your fans, like, I don't approve of this. You were saying this shit before the content cop even came out.
which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out.
But now you are saying that you didn't have a problem with any of it until I made the video.
I was totally on board until the organizer put out a video calling me a psychopath for harassing his friend.
Obviously, Ethan and Neela will victimize themselves every chance they get. But when they have the chance to victimize someone else who's on their crew, they'll also do that.
You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, you forced this situation on her.
Care about Lena.
Why would I do such a thing to Lena? Dude, you have as much agency as I do. You didn't have to badmouth me on your podcast. That was a choice that you made.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
I like it. He didn't even like, he's not even like going to his like, because when Idubbbz said our silence means something on the content cop, Ethan Klein had a very precise, this is mostly from the podcast, by the way, the reaction, his first time reaction, right? Why aren't you addressing any of his like H3 Productions like response to Idubbbz?
A good fucking
right?
friend, so I stood by.
Because like obviously what he has to say on stream is gonna sound a lot different than when he has like time to collect his thoughts for a video.
After all these fucking years, can't find a spine to speak up.
Oh, the organizers of this event are not jumping to my defense? All right, well, maybe instead of shit-talking them, maybe I should zip it.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. You already forced Lena into...
Wait, hold up.
Are not jumping to my defense? All right, well, maybe instead of shit-talking them, maybe I should zip it.
So go fuck
Just shut up. We aren't defending you.
yourself.
What I don't know, what logic is that, right? It's like, right now in his position, it's like, now we're just organizer of an event, not like friends. We haven't been friends with you for 8 years.
Agree. You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, you forced this situation on her. By the way, Idubbbz, Lena's fucking having a panic attack.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
But you're just lobbing it to me and Anissa. I'm lobbing it back to you. You're the one who brought it up. If you lob it back to me and you say, well, I didn't have your back publicly. well, fuck you. I'm going to lob it back and say, you're being irresponsible on your podcast and you're not taking any accountability for the shit you're putting out online. I think that's going to do it for this video. There's a lot more that I can share, but I'll save that for the future.
Oh, the future.
Reiterate.
Well, what is this black? Is he blackmail? It's like, you better not respond. I'm going to make another one.
No ambiguity about it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely. We hope that the event is a massive success this year. We hope that all the fighters get what they wanted out of it.
Who's still fighting anymore?
I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit. I'll put the link to Creator Clash down in the description if you want to support them in their mission to get creators to fight and raise money for charity. You can do that down there. I will be doing that on my own, and I hope you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the like button on this video, not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically so that we can add a counter narrative or I can get an idea of how much astroturfing is out there. Because I know that a lot of these fuckers, they love their dislike button extensions.
Yes, we do.
Shit, I was like, what the fuck? These are all like fabricated numbers. The like-dislike ratio was like 80-20 on my video, and then they tried to create a narrative of like, no, people actually hate this content cop guy.
See how it's not proved. Like he's not even a screenshot, which obviously a screenshot could be fabricated, but
It's actually so much worse. Like, bitch, like, people were more upset with, like, my wife being on OnlyFans. You're not going to convince the internet that fucking Ethan Klein isn't being a piece of shit. Like, sorry, guys. It doesn't matter how many dislike it.
I like even now he's still all about, like, my wife was on OnlyFans.
Extensions you have.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi. Okay. Yeah, fuck you guys too. Okay. How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
It's blatantly and obviously fucking disingenuous. This shit blew my fucking mind. Like, this is fucking insane. And like, dangerous. He is going out of his way to slander you as a neo-Nazi. Like, that can get you hurt.
Thank you, Ethan Klein. Oh wow, he has a song at the end. He has a skit. Hello, legends. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are the dude. You are the legend. What even is this anymore, bro? Yeah, I like to create a counter narrative. You know, we another huge day for unemployed people. That's the last content cup I've taken 2 showers. This is this era of YouTube is basically like it's dementia retirement home phase. That's actually true. I just want to congratulate the commentary community for their future generational wealth. Yes, thank you. Where's the super chats, everybody? All right. I was promised reacting to this would bring me billions, more billions. Okay, let's see. This is like a backdoor Creator Clash thing. Let's see what let's see what Creator Clash. What's going on with Creator Clash now? LAB's Harley Morenstein said something else, didn't he? Right? Harley plays February 4th. Yeah. Okay. This is yeah. Well, I guess YouTube for some reason does or Twitter does it so it's like in chronological order. Harley Morenstein said he's not fighting. Yeah. Sapnap. I feel like I know who this person. Who's Sap? I feel like I've heard of him. Okay, Minecraft stuff. Okay. Dream collaborated with Dream in the big 5 months ago. That's probably 2024. Okay. So he has somebody who is big. He might not be. Odd Ones Out. Odd Ones Out is objectively pretty big. Like, he has a Netflix show. Freddie Wong and Ginger Pale. Billions must donate from Kite and Chaz. We did it. Okay, this will keep me. I'll that $2 will go a long way. Okay, so Lena. So she's of the H3 podcast, right? I'm assuming she's not much. She's not. Solo Phasm. Yeah, that guy's from H3 podcast. So I guess she's still fighting because his dad. The dad, yeah. The Funky Frog. Who's Funky Frogbait? Okay, well she's one of those. Oh, she's one of those like we need to talk about. This is what the vibe's giving me. Like, we need to talk about Gen X's one-sided beef with Gen Z. Is this what also like I'm not even gonna go there. I don't want to look at that face anymore. Okay. I mean they have big people, I guess. Who's this Trevor person? Okay, probably more like an Instagram influencer. How much does it take? Actually, I want an event ticket. Let's see, how much does it cost? Okay, you know what? Might not want to like go to that. I might not want to go to that website. Hold up. I'm just making sure that wasn't gonna dox me. Okay. It's only like $40 for a boxing event? Wait, no way. Dude, like, okay, $50. Okay, hold on. I need to show you right now. Let me just make sure there's nothing suspect on the Ticketmaster. Okay, this one. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like right here, this is like what? Only one ticket for $50, and that's decently close to the ring. Let's see this. Okay, that seems to be that's official platinum, 187. Okay, so that's much more expensive. But a row bat or a whole thing back, that's only like 50. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's do price. Let's do some price searching. 92 official platinum. Okay, I feel like for that $307. Yeah, like what? We are making a profit off of this. We are donating to charity this time. Okay, maybe I just found a good spot. Maybe this is like wheelchair access only. Yeah. So Creator Clash is a thing, and it's no longer okay. Let's see what the new comments are. I support this message, Ethan. A waking, squawking contradiction. I'm shocked someone who has been on the internet for well over 10 years doesn't understand how you get to control what other people think, feel, or say. Doesn't matter what he wants others to say. Yeah, I mean, like, thing is, it's the whole please retire. I mean, this is just like this is so disingenuous, right? Like, a lot of these criticisms should not be coming from iDubbbz of all people.
What?
Like, considering what the podcast is. This is horrible. This is like, I don't know. iDubbbz is gonna do this. iDubbbz is gonna go back in this direction again. Like, iDubbbz is pivoting. Like, you can tell. Like, he said, I want to roll around in the mud. So that means like we're gonna see a lot more content cops, or just like in general. Which, let's see, bad unboxing. Like, yeah, that did nothing is gonna compete to what his content cops are capable of. Like his old ones, yeah, that works. Let's see how many. This was him at his peak. This is his most popular videos. How far do we have to go to get to the new content? Getting away with it 3 years ago, 6.8 million views. And then you have to continue to go, or actually, I probably passed it. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Content Cop. The Content Cop H3 is now equal to the sex workers iDubbbz complains, which is the the Anissa OnlyFans one. Very interesting. And also the Getting Away with It documentary 6.8. So yeah, he's definitely gonna try to like go back and like calling others out. If he wanted to quote unquote mature, he had a good direction with the Full Force documentary, like do the documentary thing. But with Sam Hyde, he got punked. But speaking of, did you know that you can get 10% off Dragon's Treasure tea, soap, and coffee by using code MANIC at thedragonstreasure.com/MANIC?